Hi guys, welcome to Coders Digest. And in today's video, we are going to discuss a very important topic, which is missing data analysis. So, what is missing data analysis? So, if you're working as a data scientist or you are working as a data analyst, then you must have come across this term of data analysis. So, what happens is that when data is collected, then certain piece of the data or certain part of the data goes missing. Now, it can be in various ways. Let us say that you are doing a survey and the respondent did not respond to certain of your questions deliberately. Okay, he doesn't want to. Let's say many of us do not want to disclose our email ID, many of us do not want to disclose our salary. So these are a lot of things, and so this is one kind of like a pattern where the data goes missing. And in other way you can see that you are collecting data through a web form, and somehow due to some technical glitch or you missed some data validation, or your data validation did not work the way you wanted to, and it included some missing values in your data. So this can also be a case. And another case you can consider that you have people who are collecting the survey or the data over the phone, and let's say it is the whole process is over the phone and they forgot something and that detail goes missing. So it is also a way how the data goes missing or the missing data has been introduced to your data. Okay, so next we will see what are different types of missing data, and then we will go further on its analysis. So if we talk about missing data, then it has been broadly categorized into three types. So what are those three types? Let us see. So the first type is missing completely at random. So what is missing completely at random? As the name suggests, it means that the data has been missing completely at random and there is no relationship with any other variable. Okay, means there is no, it does not make any sense that the data is missing due to some other variable, or the missing data is not dependent on any other variable. Okay, so we can say that the probability of the missing data is not related with any other variable. Okay, so now this is what, and you can see that how can this happen. Like you, let's take an example that you are doing an online survey, and the participant does not want to provide some data. Okay, and it does not, like, he does not have anything in back of mind or something like why should I not provide this or this. It is just completely at random, he just doesn't want to. Or let us say you have a web form and there you have some bugs in the system and some of the data goes missing somehow. Okay, so it's, so you can understand that there is no pattern in the missing data, it just went somehow missing. Okay, so other type is missing data at random. So this is where, when the missing data has some relationship with on any other variable. Okay, so let us for an example, let us consider that if we talk about the Titanic data frame, then if you will analyze it, then you will find that many of the details of the persons who were on board of the Titanic was missing because they did not survive. Okay, so why it was missing, why a lot of information was missing about only those who did not survive? Because the information could not be collected because they did not survive. So that is how. So now you see that the missing data is dependent on the variable survival. So if a person survived, then we have all the data about that person, or maybe close to all data. And if the person did not survive, then we do not have a lot of data about that person. So we can understand that the missing data has some relationship with some other variable in our data set. Okay, now the third type is missing data not at random. So this is a very different kind of approach, or a different kind of missing data. And here what happens that the variable is dependent on itself somehow. And a very popular example of this is IQ survey. So if you heard about IQ survey, then you will see, if you analyze this data, then you will see that a lot of respondents who did not provide IQ score were, with a low IQ score. So this is how now you see that the IQ score is dependent on itself, because Those who did not provide the IQ score were somehow low on the IQ score, so they deliberately did not provide. So now you see that this variable missing data is dependent on itself. So this is different types of missing data. And okay, so now we will head over to Jupyter Notebook and we will see that how we should analyze our missing data. So guys, I'm in my Jupyter lab. So what I'll do that, let me import pandas. Import pandas. Okay, pandas as PD. So I have imported my pandas, or let me do one thing. Let me just give it a title: missing data analysis. Okay, and it is a markdown. So let me import now pandas. So import pandas as PD, and let me import numpy also. I will use that also, numpy as np. Import numpy as np. Okay, so now let me read the data frame. So I will call it df. So I can write pd dot read underscore csv, and it is a comma separated file. So I'll simply type titanic.csv. You can also go ahead to Kaggle and download the Titanic data file. So let us see what do we have in here. And here I can simply go and have a look at the data frame. So we have the columns here as passenger ID, survived, passenger class, name, sex, age, and here save is it is sibling or I think spouse, and here PH is parent or child, parent and child, and ticket is the ticket number, fare, cabin, and embarked. So you can go, and the embarked is basically a column, like it was Titanic was boarded from three places. C is for Southampton, and I don't know exactly what is the C for. Yeah, you can go ahead and look at the data dictionary. I'm not sure what, I'm just missing it what it was. So passenger class is essentially the passenger class, like the class in which the passenger was traveling, and survived is 0 or 1. So if it is 0, then it means the passenger unfortunately did not survive, and if it is 1, then it means that the passenger did survive. So let us do some what we can do, like we can just simply write df dot is null dot mean, and this will provide us how much data is missing in each variable. So here you can see that we have the missing columns are age and cabin and embarked. Okay, so you can see that this is the percentage of missing data. So cabin is very highly missing, like 77% data in the missing in the cabin was missing. So let us see. So let me just grab these variables. So I will write missing underscore var equals to, and then I will write a loop var for var in df dot columns. So for all those columns, I will say if df, then I'll say var dot is null dot mean is greater than 0. Okay, so let me run it. And now what I have done, that I in the it has actually this, what this loop is doing, that it is running for every variable in this data frame column names, and for every column name it is checking that if the percentage of missing value is greater than 0, and it is just extracting those variables. Okay, so now let me see what do we have here. So let me just subset it. I will write df, and then I will provide the name of the names which we have, or let me see what do we have here. So if I check missing var, then you can see that now I have age, cabin, and embarked. So you can look here that these are the three columns which have missing values. So now what I can do, so let me just grab these variables and let me see. So if I see, Then now I have these three columns like or data frame. So now what we can do that we can analyze the relationship. So let me create a variable, a new variable. So let me, how we will do that, that I will say df is underscore na equals to, and what I will do that I will use the numpy's where clause dot, and I will write np dot where, and I will write df, and I'll say age dot is null. If it is null, then I will simply write 1 in this column. If not, then I'll write 0. And now if I run it, then I have created a new column df age underscore na. And if I see it now, then I have 0101 here. So for the record where the age record was missing, it will say as 1. If it was not missing, it is just 0. So now what I can do, that I can analyze that the relationship. So let me do how will I'll do that. So what we will write, that we will say df dot group by. So I have grouped it according to the survival probability. So I have said group it by survived. Okay. And then what I want, that I want the age underscore na column, age underscore na. And then what I'll do, that I'll simply write that I have grabbed this column. Then what I want is dot age underscore na dot, think I should try this. Yeah. So I have checked the mean or the missing percentage. Then you can see that the the passenger who did not survive, the missing data, the missing percentage of age data is 22.7% or nearly 23%, while those who survived, the missing data percentage is 15%. So you can see that the missing data is very much dependent on our this survival probability, and it is very much makes sense because the one who has survived, we can easily grab the the information from them. Then we have another column embarked. If I say embarked dot is null. Okay, so I think we have seen the mean percentage or the missing percentage for this column should be embarked, I believe. So it is a very less count. So let me see what does it mean. So let's say which all records were missing. So let me say df where df dot df embarked is null. So what I have done here, that I have written a simple clause that from the database provide me those records for those the embark is null. So it has provided me two records, and you see that these both of these records, both of these passengers survived. Okay, so what does it say? It says that this data is missing at random. Okay, missing completely at random. Sorry. Why? How we can see that? Because if you see the survival column, then you will find that these both of these passengers, sorry, not patient, both of these passengers survived, and the data can be collected from them. Okay, so there was no reason that the data could not be collected. It can be collected on a later date also. It could be collected, I mean. So this is why that we can call this is missing completely at random, and it is not dependent on the survival or non-survival. Okay, so this is an example of missing completely at random, and above we saw that the survival was dependent very much on this survived column. The age missing data was very much dependent on this survival column. Okay, so now we have this call, this other type which is missing, what was that, missing not at random. Okay, MNAR. So for MNAR, you can, I would suggest, what I would suggest to you, that you should download the IQ score data or any loan data, and you just Google it and then try to find out the same, like what steps I followed. You just go and try to follow it. So I think then you will get the answer, and please do share with me whatever is your analysis or whatever you find. So I hope this video would be very much helpful for you in understanding the missing data and its analysis. So please share your thoughts with me, and if you like this video, I would request you to like this video and subscribe my channel. So thank you, and I will see you next time. Okay, have a good care.